Yo, Bakhram Murtazaliev versus Vergil Ortiz. That'd be a crazy fight. But you know what's even crazier? The fact that apparently I found out that they were fighting before one of the fighters actually did. Yeah, we gonna talk about it.
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Yo, what's good, Boxing Talk family? It's your boy, Dr. Boxing Talk. Back for another YouTube video. Banger, man. Yes, sir. Yes, man. I don't know what time it is. The doctor's in the house, man. So check this out. So apparently, you know, Bakhram Murtazaliev, the IBF champion at 154 pounds, you know, he's talking about potentially fighting Vergil Ortiz, and they're saying that they have negotiations ongoing right now. And according to his promoters, Main Event, you know, they said on Twitter that their side is already signed, sealed, and delivered. And Vergil Ortiz pops came out like, hold on, little buddy. How y'all did that? Because this is news to me that we were even in negotiations, you know. And for those of you that are unfamiliar with these two fighters, Vergil Ortiz is more popular, so you probably heard about him, of course. You know, he just had a fight with Israel Madrimov, a former foe of Terrence Bud Crawford, and he did very well. You know, he performed very well. And his fight before that was against Serhiy Boachuk, and that was a highly competitive fight, and even had a somewhat controversial ending as a result, but it was a good fight for him. So he's coming off of two great performances, or good fights, you know what I'm saying? Whether you want to say they're great performances, I guess that's debatable, but he had good enough performances. I think they were good. So shout out to Vergil Ortiz. He definitely earned my respect, even more respect, because he already had my respect before, but he definitely earned even more so with his win over Serhiy Boachuk, especially his win over Israel Madrimov, because I didn't think he was going to do it, you know. So shout out to Vergil Ortiz. And then Tim Tszyu, you know, we all saw what happened there when he fought Bakhram Murtazaliev. Well, all of us except for Tim Tszyu, apparently.
What the fuck just happened? Like, what did I get hit with?
Damn! I'm sorry.
So you know, he don't remember what happened, but man, if it happened so quickly, who could blame him? You know, it's a 3-round rundown. I'm talking about, man, he ran through him like 2 draws. It was crazy, man. So Bakhram did his thing there, and that really put him on the map, right? You know, even though he's a champion, still undefeated. So this fight between these two, one champion and this contender at 154, well, you know, Vergil Ortiz is an interim champion too. So this fight between two champions would have been great, you know. But according to Vergil Ortiz Sr., you know, he says that Main Event, he's basically alleging that they're using his son's name for clout. I mean, even if you look in detail to their Twitter back and forth, right, you could see that Main Event Promotions even added further specificity as to not only talking with Turk and not only having a venue and location in Alcatraz, but also having a designated date for this fight to go down, June 28th. So it's just hard for me to believe that with all these details that they're lying, you know, just straight up lying. I think it's more so a fact that both sides are just a little confused and not on the same page.
We now join our regularly scheduled program, already in progress.
He's basically alleging that they're using his son's name for clout. And I don't think so. You know, I don't think so because, you know, a lot of us try to say that people are lying or people are ducks. This is why we got to slow down as boxing fans, because I personally don't believe either one of them are lying. I believe Vergil Ortiz Jr. and Vergil Ortiz Sr., their team, they weren't aware of these negotiations, but I also believe Bakhram Murtazaliev and his promoter, Main Event, I believe that they actually did talk with Turkey, because they're very specific, you know, and people have a reputation in the name that they don't want to sully either, or bring, they want to uphold their own integrity, and they don't want to dirty their own name. They have a reputation to uphold and protect, right? So I don't think that they're lying. I just think this is another example of boxing having so many moving parts, so many intricate parts that, you know, maybe Big Turk did facilitate this, and he hollered at Bakhram first because he is a champion. And he figures since he worked with Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya and Vergil Ortiz already in the past, that their side would probably be a little easier. So he probably wanted to iron out the kinks and the wrinkles on Bakhram and Main Event side first. So this is definitely plausible that, you know, they ironed out their sides, they agreed to terms, but they just, Big Turk didn't holler at their side yet, you know, or whatever the case may be. So I don't think that either one of them are lying, but I just think that maybe it was a little premature for these reports to come out. But, you know, but they first started circulating from Dan Rafael, you know, and so now they're just following up. Maybe it was a little premature to say, hey, you know, our side is signed and we're just waiting on them. The balls are in their court. But I don't think that they're necessarily lying. They probably did agree to the preliminary terms, and now they want to see what Vergil Ortiz's team is going to do, but because they are going through Big Turk, you know, then maybe there's some room for things to get lost in translation. I mean, we've seen this before, right? This is nothing new. In fact, we don't even have to go far from Vergil Ortiz, right? We can stay at Vergil Ortiz camp.
Yeah.
Remember with Vergil Ortiz and Boots, right? They thought that they were negotiating and they were going to have a fight next, and then people claimed that Jerron Boots Ennis was ducking. He didn't even have plans to go to 154. He's still at 147, and he had plans to, after he satisfied his mandatory against Karen Chukadzin to keep the IBF belt, he wanted to unify. And people were like, oh, well, no, he's ducking because he said he's going to go to 154. If he was going to go to 154, then why would he fight a rematch against Karen to satisfy his mandatory in order to keep the belt at 147?
You dumbass.
So I just think that sometimes people hear things and this may go this way because you're talking through this person or that person, then this middleman or this third party, and things just get lost in translation. I don't think necessarily that anybody is scared to fight this person or that person, or anybody's lying or has nefarious intentions or just doing things for clout. I do think that they're telling the truth, but the truth from their perspective may not be the truth from your perspective. So, you know, shout out to both of them for being transparent, you know, Main Events Promotions and Vergil Ortiz Sr. And I would love for this fight to happen, but we'll see how it goes, man. They're still in the negotiation phase, if any phase at all, according to Vergil Ortiz's team. But yeah, this would be a great fight for Bakhram's side and Vergil Ortiz's side. So let's see what happens, man. But I appreciate y'all rocking with me as always. Don't forget to smack that like button. But most importantly, remember, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.